In this video I'm going to do the repair I made of a German blacksmith vise. I bought on a local dealer at a very fair price. The name of the guy is Yossi. He lives in Yesod, המעלה, Israel, and he has a very nice variety of antique tools. Now let's continue to the repair. Hello YouTube. The project we have this time is to make a cleanup of this vise. This is a German vise. It weighs 40 kilograms and the width of the jaws 140 millimeters, and the vise is seized. Okay, the screw moves. The screw moves, but the vise over here is seized. It looks like it is complete. It looks like there is a spring over here, and there is this thrust washer over here that I do not know what is the function of these two claws over here. There is here a hole. For sure it has something to do with it, and it is the pivot pin. It is a pin. I'll show you later. It is locked with by a wedge. Okay, everything is seized here. The bolts here for the bracket. Okay, beside that, it looks like that the vise was exposed to the elements. When it worked in the past, it looks like whoever worked with it took good care of the vise, but then was the vise to the elements, and there is a lot of corrosion. And so now we are going to clean all the corrosion, open here all the bolts, remove the pivot pin. The screw is in fairly okay condition. I'll show you later. And the vise was used because the hole over here at the screw head is more or less oval. So this means that the vise was used a good amount. And let's start our work. Before that, I'll turn the vise around and I'll show you the pivot pin. Now you can see here the pivot pin here with the slot for the wedge to lock it in place. Somebody tried to remove this by force. It is here. It is marred here in this place. And another thing that I want to show you that puzzles me. So now we are on the phase of trying to open these nuts that were soaking for about 4 hours with the acetone 50% and 50% automatic transmission fluid. Now let's see what happens. Well, unbelievable, it is moving. Look at that. 1/4 more of a turn. Let's see. It's moving. Okay, and let's continue. Now that we know that the nut moves, and I managed to squeeze a little bit of more 50% of ATF acetone. Just come here. We lay down again the vise and let's open it now. Here we go. Well, smooth as you can see. Now this is one, and let's let's go for the other one. As I'm opening here the nut, you can see that this this bit of metal over here is securing the spring. The spring was under tension and was in contact here with the fixed jaw of the vise. Now it's releasing the tension and it is opening here this, I don't know the name. And now that I removed the nuts, I have here this tool, and this is a persuasion tool, and we are removing. This is difficult with one hand to operate the camera and the other hand to use the tools. With this nylon hammer, I'm here just I'm going to remove here the mounting plate. You get the idea. And these are the components so far. This is the main body of the vise. You can see here the screw. I hope it is in focus. The threads are really nice. Okay. The thrust washer, mounting plate, the two nuts that we just removed. This is the holding plate for the mounting plate here in these brackets, and this is the spring, a bit rusty, but now we'll have to remove the rust here from the main body. Let's see if I manage. From the main body here, somebody tried to remove with a hammer the pivot pin. Okay, lots of corrosion over there. Try to remove the corrosion. I suppose that I'm just going to toss the whole vise, all this portion inside the electrolysis bucket, and hopefully some of the corrosion will be removed from here. That will allow me then to press this pivot pin in one or the other direction and put some lubricant and hopefully take it out and remove the movable jaw. And of course, in these projects nothing can be straightforward. So this is the electrolysis pot over there with the sacrificial plate, and of course, as you can see by the depth of this electrolysis bucket is up to here. Now the pivot, the pivot pin would stay outside of the solution, and I cannot make electrolysis with it. So I'm improvising here this big bath, let's call it. Okay, this square bowl or something like that, and I'm going to improvise here these two sacrificial bits of steel, and I'll try to let's make it work. Transfer the liquid from there to here, and let's make it work. And here it is, the improvised setup. This is after 5-6 minutes. It's already all this amount of all this reaction. This is the electrolysis on the vise for about 24 hours. Now I'm going to unplug everything. Let's see here the sacrificial plate. Nice condition. And I'm going to unplug everything over here and take the vise, clean the components that were through the electrolysis, and then I'll go to the fly press to try to push out the pivot pin. Here we go. So after wire brushing a little bit the parts that were submitted to electrolysis, and putting some oil, and here the oil acetone mixed here. First I like to try to push the pin a bit further inside, and if it moves a little bit, then I'll try to remove it on the opposite side. Well, wish me luck. And of course nothing is happening, as you may well see. It is stuck. I suppose this fly press can produce a pressure of about 10 to 12 tons. So I'll keep on trying. Before I remove here the pivot pin, let's try something else. I brought here a kitchen knife. It comes here inside, and I can remove dirt somehow. Okay, slowly. And I have here a wedge to split open wood logs for the wood stove, and let's insert it here and see. Oops, sorry, one single-handed, this is a bit difficult, and see what happens. Okay, just a moment guys, just a moment. Let's see what happens if this thing over here moves at all, if it starts opening. And look at that, it looks like it is opening. Now I have here this mechanical jack. I'll try to use it. It can lift up to, suppose, 3 tons, and I'll try to insert it here in this gap and try to open it, see if the movable jaw moves at all, and then we'll take care of the pivot pin. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. It is moving. It is not easy, but it is moving. Yeah. It is moving. Okay. Let's clean what is exposed, add a bit of lubricant, and then close the jaws and restart the process from the beginning. Now we take this one and we start scraping, you know, from the outside, the inside here of the face plates, and then we put some lubricant, and then we close it. Okay, and then we open it again, and let's see what is the influence here on the pivot pin. And of course the vise is open, and I'm going to use this very specialized tool, that is my wood anvil, to close it. Well, not so successfully with one hand. Let me try to it with 2 hands. YouTube, I know it is difficult to believe, but the pin is moving. Huh? Look at that. A bit of force and everything is solved. And here it is, the pin, ladies and gentlemen. It is a bit, you know, not in the best shape after some abuse throughout the years. A bit crooked. Okay, when it started moving, it just came out very easily, and you can notice that it was forged. The head is not even around the pin, and I'll try to recover it and reinstall it in its place. Here it is, everything completely disassembled. As I told you guys, I don't know very well how this thrust washer is used. I need to research that a little bit more. Okay, and here there are all components. A very useful machine with very few components. Now let's start cleaning. We clearly see here that the pivot pin is forged, but it is very bent. If you can see the contrast. Okay, over there the slot to insert the wedge to lock the movable jaw in place is marred. Okay, and I'm going to forge a wedge out of this bit of stock, and because I do not have tongs, and I hate to do it and to destroy some of the beauty of this piece, to hold and to forge I'm going to weld here and one handle, so I can handle the pivot pin comfortably and make the job properly. Now we are going to try to straighten the pin, the pivot pin, and let me first gently, I'm trying to straighten it here in the anvil. This is a 1.5 kilo hammer. The face is fairly flat, and that's what I'm using to straighten the pin. Hope it will succeed. I gave up the idea of the wood handle. I do not know if you guys can see, but the leg is a bit twisted like a corkscrew. So I'm going to straighten it, and also at the same time the leg, it is slightly arched towards the outside, so I'm going to put it on the forge and try to straighten everything. In the forge already, that's the way it is going. And then we jump over there to this anvil to straighten it, and then to straighten to unbend it here to this vise. Wish me luck. Okay, now that we dismantled the vise, I'm making here some electrolysis. You can see here already the bucket of the electrolysis. Here, this is the positive. The red will be connected to the red lead, and the portion that we want to clean now, it is the movable jaw. It is going to be connected to the negative, that is the black, this black wire, and as you saw already, after plugging here the hole and cleaning with the solvent, with the thinner, all the oil and that I used to open the vise. So here we go. Pick this up. This is single-handed. I'm sorry guys. Goes. This will, all of it will enter here inside the solution of sodium carbonate. Okay, I'll add a bit of water. later on. All of it is inside. And now just come here just to avoid this to travel around the parts to fall further inside the bucket. I plug it here. I connect it here with the wire. So also this is going to be the conductor of the electricity to make the electrolysis, as it is right now. Connect this over here. The red wire is connected over here, and now I'm going to connect here. This is the power source for a computer. I'm going to connect it to the electricity, and let's continue cleaning the vise. I managed to straighten the leg of the vise, and now you are seeing here the setup for the electrolysis. Only need to fill up with the liquid. Fill up with liquid and connect the power supply to the electricity. And I had to improvise. As you can see, I didn't have a container long enough or big enough to hold the vise with the leg, this component with the leg, the fixed jaw with the leg, and I had to improvise here. I made these two frames. These are two frames of wood I had laying around, together with some plastic sheet, and let's do it and see if it works. All the parts are here, thoroughly clean after electrolysis and wire wheeling with angle grinder, and now we are going to start assembling it, and let's see if it works. And here it is, the vise completely assembled, and as you can see, it is covered in oil to avoid the rust, of course, and it works. As I improvised here, I tied it here, one improvisation with a rope. It works okay. The jaws are parallel, even though there is here a small gap. Okay, but that's okay for a vise of this age. Now, as you see, it works perfectly, and I'm missing here one component. I'll show you in a while. I'm trying to do this single-handed. Okay, this here, the thrust washer, it had here one stopper. Okay, it was the hole that I plug, and that's the last thing I want to do, is to put here a stopper, okay, to avoid the thrust washer to move. Now, I've seen other pictures that there is here some sort of protection to avoid the dirt to enter over here, but at this stage, until I don't see something thoroughly detailed of exactly what sort of protection was here, I'm just going to insert here the stopper pin, and that's it. Clean, paint with clear coat, and put it to work. I decided to plug weld this hole. I used 70-18 electrodes. I also decided to weld a pin to avoid rotation of the thrust washer. You can see pin and wedge in place. You can see the holes in the nuts are not concentrating with the edges, and you can see as well the beauty of the wrought iron. Okay, now that all the components are clean and oiled, let's make the first experiment and to see how it is, how it comes out after assembling. So first, this side down, this side up. Okay, spring. The spring is not completely locked, as you can see. You need to allow some freedom of the spring to assemble. Now the pin okay. The wedge. Now notice that the spring is not under pressure, okay? So it is going to be easier to assemble the screw. Okay, now we can lock the mounting plate in place. see if it works. And here it is. Now let's take everything apart again, clean all the oil and paint it with the transparent paint. I have here a paint that is supposed to be Amorite transparent. I have it in storage already for some time, and I wanted to make to apply transparent paint. I don't know, this is already dry to the touch. I don't know if this is going to be more transparent with time. I didn't want to hide the beauty of the wrought iron, but unfortunately these are the results that I got. Well, never mind, I need to protect the vise, and I have no other possibility but to paint it. So let's continue. Let's turn this upside down and paint the other side. So here it is, the vise completely painted and assembled. It works perfectly. Let's take a look at it. Here it is, the vise again, attached to to this post, just to make you the demonstration. It works okay, everything oiled, everything works nice. Details over here of the opening of the thrust washer. Okay, as I said, I think that I'm missing here some sort of a shield for dirt, and also here this hole has something to do with the shield here for the screw. In time I'll try to get more details from other people about this sort of shields, and eventually I'll build some. The paint of course covers the beautiful details of the wrought iron, but that's what I have, that's what I'm going to use. And thank you for watching.